Okay, another carry in our heavy carry series is the racked carry. Obviously we've shown the overhead, the down, all that sort of stuff. We're gonna have something in between. Now with the rack carry, there is a little bit of technical things you have to look at. It's probably the best way to put it, and that's how we're gonna position and have our rack or our shelf, sometimes as I like to call it. Easiest way I like to say is we're gonna take our thumb and we're gonna stick it on our collarbone, okay, at the end there in the middle. Now, I don't wanna be down here. I actually haven't created a shelf, and I don't wanna be up here because my shelf is angled. I wanna make a flat surface, okay, that I can literally probably sit a dinner plate on. And you notice where I've got my knuckles pointing. So a lot of people tend to get up here and then they're creating a tipping point and it's hard on the shoulder, or even just here creating a funny angle from the forearm, or down is dropping it. I literally want to think about being a shelf. Now if I turn here, you'll also see a bit of a hole that's formed in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to then place a kettlebell. You use a kettlebell for this one just because of the shape and size. Here's one I prepared earlier. So I'm going to grab in the handle, and I don't just grab in the middle, okay? Get that in the shot. I'm going to grab towards that end in the webbing between my thumb and my trigger finger. And then I'm going to flip up. Thumb goes where I said on the collarbone, and I've created that shelf. So the kettlebell sits there nice and easy. Now, I can actually demonstrate this even by holding a straight, flat arm. This is what I mean by the shelf. But if I tip this, the kettlebell is going to fall, but I actually don't even need to hold the handle of the kettlebell. So it's working a lot of the muscles in the shoulder, through the lat and all that sort of stuff in an isometric hold of me being able to create this shelf and have that kettlebell sit there, because that ball is in the hole, straight through here, what you saw where I tipped forward earlier, and then I can walk. So I'm literally trying to walk like this, hanging onto the kettlebell though, and do my carry. Now, you can do this single-sided, obviously walk the same distance either side, or you can do it double. Couple of little tips that I've got is make sure when we're carrying, same thing as what we talked about in our other ones, we don't want to get our hips in front of our shoulders, puts too much pressure on our lower back, so we want to stand tall up. That's using all our core muscles to create a nice barrel and frame so that it's not being squashed or tilted. Our elbows stay out, okay? You'll notice that my elbow, angle of this camera not that great, but my elbow just sits below my shoulder point for that to sit in. And the other tip, if you've got wearing a smartwatch or any sort of watch or wrist device, turn it round, okay? Because we're getting things to sit on the back of the arm there, we don't want it to get crushed or hit. So here's what we call a double racked carry. Okay, you've got a single. Okay, imagine I've gotten rid of that one. Okay, it can be either side, doesn't really matter. You don't have to grip the kettlebell too tight, but it's a great hold and walking. One thing it does is it sort of closes you off a little bit up here and can compress you down. It's really great to get that huffy puffy up and a bit of cardiovascular work in, because the lungs can't quite work as good. You're up here composed and compressed. Really great for core strength, stability and structure, and just a great variation of our carry. Check it out and let us know how you go.